Namaste. Thank you so much, everyone, to get connected for this virtual tour to Everest Base Camp. Today, I'm very excited and very happy to have you all here. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much, team, for organizing this. Like from last 15 years, I've been working in a different region of Himalaya. Everest Base Camp trek has been always an amazing experience to me. So every time, like when you are in base camp, it's always an overwhelming experience. Within these years, I have seen, like lots of life has been changed doing this journey. So I only say that, like those who love adventure, those who, like love nature, uh, culture, people, and those who want some change from the regular life. And if there is a possibility, I think this is the place you should be once in your life. So welcome to Everest. Welcome everyone. My name is Suman. I'm from a small town called Bhaktapur, and today I'll be your CEO for this virtual tour to base camp. You might be wondering what CEO means. So that is a chief experience officer who do their job with purpose and passion. So it's been already 8 years that I'm working with G, and like I simply love the idea of G that through travel, giving back to the local communities. So I haven't been to the other Planetary project, like out of Nepal. But every time when I bring my traveler to those Planetary products, so in Nepal we have a Sasani, we have Boroli community homestay, Panauti homestay. So you just have to see the impact, like how the travel can change the life. So, and I feel very proud seeing that. So, like I absolutely love my job. So these days, I really miss, like not being on trial. But I think we still can dream about it. We can talk about it. And like we have a saying in Nepali that we say like nothing lasts forever. So I think, like it's also going to be over, and very soon we can travel again. So let me begin from here, and please feel free to interrupt. Like if there is any questions, I'll be always happy to answer you all your questions. Right. So let me start from here, uh, from the one of the unique national flag. So this is only one national flag in the world which has a triangular shape. So here, like there is like two triangles which represent the Nepalese Himalaya, where the red color represent the bravery of Nepalese people, and at the same time, the blue color, the blue border over here, this represent the peace and harmony within. So you see this white symbol. Actually, these are sun and moon. They represent the permanence of the country. So Nepal is a small independent kingdom on a foothill of Himalaya. It's a beautiful country. Like like it's rise from 60 meter from the like if you see with the geography, it's very unique. So if you see like it's rise from 60 meters from the sea level all the way up to the top of the world, and it is the home of like 8 highest peak in the world. But it doesn't mean like Nepal is only about the Himalayas. It's also a birthplace of Buddha, and it's a land of Kumari, the living goddess. And probably Nepal is also like most peaceful, cultural nation with the perfect religious harmony within the small land. Like we have like more than 100 different ethnic group, and at the same time we have like more than 100 different speaking languages. Like such a small land, so diverse, and at the same time it's like amazing unity between the people. So most of the time, like by the end of the trip, I also ask with my travelers, like, okay, what you like most about Nepal, and I found like the answers are always, like it's the Nepal is not only about the higher mountains. It is also the people, like who lives in its shadow, and their smile. Like it is so like so alive, so vibrant. There are like lots of things to see, lots of things to explore. So you never get bored in Nepal. So like, and if you haven't been here, I think it's never late to come also. and I think once is not enough to come to Nepal. So for lots of people, the Kathmandu will be the starting point. This is our capital city, and like to be honest with you, like very first day in Kathmandu can be a little bit shocking, wild, eyes opening. You just have to find the rhythm, like like while you're walking through here. Just once you find the rhythm, like it takes a little bit time, it costs a little bit time, and then it's just like it has its own culture. Here, the people smile all the time, and you just walk through the alleys of Kathmandu. Like we do have like 7 different like old heritage site, UNESCO World Heritage Site in Kathmandu. Just look at the architecture, look at the art and architecture. You'll find the belief, like when you're looking, like when you're walking through there, you also see the belief and practices with the Nepalese. And just walk through some local market, how the life is happening over. It is probably the great place to see how life happens here in Kathmandu. Just walking through those alleys, some local market is so fascinating. So if you are, like early here in Kathmandu, when you're early in Kathmandu, I think you should do some sightseeing, just walking around to these alleys. It's so beautiful. And this is Tamil. So this is the place where I meet my travelers for the Everest adventure. So this colorful, friendly town has a lots of different trekking gears store, lots of restaurant, like pharmacies, money exchange, ATM, pretty much everything like one traveler will need in the beginning. So it's a great start, and like I also meet the group in the evening, and we also do a few things before we go for our adventure journey. So like the next morning, early in the morning actually, like we do have a flight to Lukla. So this evening is obviously knowing each other, background, and we also do a last minute preparation, which means more like you unpack and repack your bag with the very necessary gears that you need for the trek. And we also provide the duffel bag for that. So like every trek you can do all year round. But definitely like the winters are much colder than the summers. So for to do like some arrangement, I think that like the Chomel is a great start. It's a really good place to begin, because in this place like you can rent the gears. So for example, now it is end of September, so the temperature is going to be between -5 till -10, and there might be some rain on the way. So you just check your gears like one more time, and if you don't have it, it is a great place to rent the gear over here in over here in Tamil. You just have to have your own shoes, like the hiking boot. Rest everything you can rent or buy it over here. So the thing is that like and if you are thinking about buying it, you can still buy it on a trial. So there are still some places on a trial where you can do some shopping, and I think it's also nice for the local economies over there to support. And there you can always see, like according to weather conditions and temperature, you can buy over there as well. And one more thing, like like since on this trip no food and drinks are included, so just make sure like you get some cash from here from Kathmandu, so it makes it easier. But this is not the last place that you so you don't have to take all your cash from here. There's still few more places on a trial where you can use the ATM, or you can also exchange the money. So the first thing is like definitely like we like for tonight after this meeting we go for orientation walk in Tamil to like buy and rent the stuff that you needed for the trek. And you can also ask me the question, like if you're confused with anything on the walk, you can ask me with that. So we do that, and then we just get ready for the trek. So there should be like the duffel bag. These are the duffel bag which are going for the trek. Should be around 10 kilo. You can also prepare the day backpack, which should be around 15 kilo. So we allowed 15 kilo for one person. So basically the idea is like duffel bags are carried by the porter during the day, and you prepare your day backpack where you keep like your valuable things, necessary things for the day. Uh, and after this meeting, we go for the first Nepalese dinner, and we're going to have a dal bhat. This is the most delicious food. I think like I really love dal bhat, and also the trekkers actually like they they also make rhymes with this food. They say it like dal bhat power 24 hours, right? So, and the beauty of dal bhat is like, like while you're trekking, you can refill. So if it is once is not enough, you can also again refill the dal bhat, and like I think that's also the reason like trekkers they love dal bhat, and it is also quite balanced food, like where you get some rice, lentil, and lots of like like green vegetables, lots of curry, some pickle, and meat will be always option. So you can always, like it's always optional. Like if you are vegetarian, so you'll get the vegetarian dal bhat. And like those, like for tonight, if you already have some plan for dinner, if you are thinking of doing something else, no worries. Tomorrow morning, I would like to see everyone ready at 4:30, so early in the morning, right, for the flight. Just make sure you have your day backpack with you, your like a duffel bag with you, and you can also bring the storage. So simply we store the bag and we take the duffel and the day backpack for the trek. And if you are not joining for the dinner like tonight, and if you get confused or if there's any still some questions, you can always app me, like write me through the app. So you can download the G app, or if there is any kind of emergency, you can always give me a call. I'll be there 24 hours. So any questions so far? Because tomorrow morning we're leaving for Lukla. Any question?
It looks like no questions right now. We've actually got quite a few past travelers from traveling through Nepal, so they're reliving their experience right now. And maybe people are getting ready for that early wake-up call tomorrow.
Okay. Okay then. Good morning, everyone. It's already 4:30. The bus is ready already, so time to leave. Get ready. So today the weather looks beautiful. It's just a like small, like very short drive to the domestic airport, and for today the weather looks pretty good. And hopefully, like we'll fly on time, because the Lukla flight is always depends on the weather. So let's see how the weather will bring. And it looks really nice. So we are already in a flight. Just look at over here. We're going to fly towards northeastern side of Nepal. So, and the flight is nearly about like 40 minutes, and we're going to see all this Himalayan range, like until the Lukla. It's so beautiful flight. It's I think it's one of the most beautiful flight in the world, and just look at it. It's just so beautiful, so perfect. And we are about to land. Just make sure like your camera is ready. You know about the Lukla airport and its runway. Just make sure you take some really nice video about landing. So there's the runway, and here we are going to land, and we landed. So welcome to Lukla, everyone. So exciting, like the exciting thing about Lukla is, of course, its runway, which is nearly about like 500 meter, 527 meter exactly. And it is like 12 degrees slope from one point to another. So during high season, like it looks really nice. It looks really cool to see the landing and runway just out from the airport. And Lukla Airport is renamed in 2008 January by the legendary mans on the Everest. Like it is Tenzing Norgay, like they are like Tenzing Norgay Sherpa and Edmund Hillary. They make the first summit to Everest in 1953, May 29. So like after the successful ascent, to the Everest, the Hillary, he was like the Sir Edmund Hillary. He was a New Zealander. He have done a great work in this region, like in Khumbu region. He have built the school. He have also built the like hospital over here. So like people here, the Sherpa people still they remember the Hillary over here in this region. So we are lucky today with the flight. So we just fly on time. We arrive in Lukla. So the good thing about today is like we do have a plenty of time to walk. So before we start, we can have some breakfast over here in the stay house. But before that, also I would like to introduce you very important member of this trip. Meet our local guides. So from today onwards, they're going to take your order. They're also going to serve you your food. And like since it's a high altitude trek, there is also always a high risk, like there's always high risk that the person can get sick. So in that case, like three of us, we work as a team to bring the person down to the safer places, and also meet our heroes from the trekking industry in Nepal. I will say these are our porters, and because of them, I will say, like, because of them, like, everyone can dream about being in a base camp, like any trek. Like, without their support, it's really hard, and you'll notice in few days like how it's going to be. And usually, like, we have like one porter for two travelers. So what they do, like, they tie the two duffel bag together, and they also pack small backpack over here, because these are local from this region. They have some, like the places here, like in the acclimatization places like Tangbuche or in Namche, they already store some clothes over there, so they can bring it, they can wear it from there, like when it's cold. And Everest region is also like, this is the region without the car civilization, so it is not connected with the road. So like the most of the thing that you see on a trail, it is either carried by the human, so the people over here, they carry, or the animals like the mules or yak. So just make sure, like, while you're walking on a trail, when you see them, just step back and they give them a first priority. And also one more thing, like, we are walking in a Himalayan region, so all the Himalayan region in Nepal, like, most of the people, they practice Tibetan Buddhism. It's a very peaceful religion, and there, like, so we're going to see like lots of like prayer walls where there will be like mantras, says like Om Mani Padme Hum. That's a sacred mantra in Buddhism, in Tibetan Buddhism, and you're also going to see a lots of prayer flags on a trail, and also going to see a lots of stupa. So it's a simple thing. Just be conscious, like, while you're walking through here, and just walk in a clockwise direction. So that will be the respect to the local culture. All right. So, and for today, like, we're going to walk downhill to Phagding. If you see, like, Lukla is in an elevation of 2,860 meter already, and Phagding, we're walking downhill, and it's in an elevation of 2,600 meters. So basically, we're walking down with, like, passing through some small villages, lots of forest. We're also going to cross some, like, thrilling suspension bridge, and most of the time, you see the river over here, which is called Dutkosi. We're going to follow this river, and we're also going to cross this river several times to get to the base camp, because this is started from the Khumbu Glacier, and the base camp is in the middle of Khumbu Glacier. So we're going to follow this river, and today we're going to reach, like, Phagding. I think, like, by the lunch we'll be already there. So those who are thinking about, like, doing something extra hike, like, Phagding is not really a big village. It's a nice stop in the beginning, but it's not really a big village. Nearly 50 houses over there. There's not much to do. So if you are thinking, if the weather is still nice until evening, we can go for a hike to the monastery. This is the nearest monastery in this region. Beautiful monastery. And the concept of monastery is like, it is more like a social and religious center for the villagers, where where they go and practice and learn Buddhism. So it's a really nice place, really beautiful place, which also offers a really nice view of the surrounding mountain. So if the weather is nice in the evening, we can go for the extra hike. And also, let me tell you some other thing. So from today onwards, like, we're going to stay in a tea house, and that means the tea house is like, it's more like a homestay, owned by the local people, where they cook. They do everything. Let's say, like, it is run by the family, and and this tea house is like, they will have like dining hall. They will have a shared room. They will have like common bathroom and toilet without the toilet paper. And it also, like, these tea houses also have a menu these days, so you can always choose your own food. And it doesn't mean like when you are trekking, you're only going to have a dal bhat. There will be also like some other food, like nowadays you can also can have like pizza, burger, spaghetti, momos, lots of different beautiful like delicious food over there as well. But the basic concept of tea house means we stay and we eat over there, right? And let me show you the room how it will be. Like these are the like the rooms, and most of the time it's going to be like two, like shared accommodation. And when you go more higher, there will be probably 3 beds, but you're only going to share within your group, not with the outsiders. And this is a kitchen in tea houses. And another thing, like as I told you earlier, like the general concept of tea house means, like we eat and we sleep at the place, and that is like, like if you when you eat at the tea houses, we also have access to go to the kitchen, like how the food being prepared, is it fresh or not? Because once you book the trip, once you are here, it is our also like responsibility to take you like safely to the base camp, because we also wanted that you make the base camp and you come back, like you come back safely. So we just make sure that you are drinking enough, like 3-4 liters of water in a day. We are making sure that you are walking slowly uphill, like downhill you can run down, no worries. And we also, like just want to make sure that you eating right thing, because it's a small issue. Like if you just if your tummy is upset in a second or third day, it is not really fun, like to go further. And just so we just make sure, like that you're eating a right thing, you're drinking the right thing, you're sleeping properly. We just try to make sure that you all make to the base camp. And that's the reason that we recommend to eat in a tea houses. So these are about the tea house. We already reached in Phagding. So if you think, we can go for an extra hike to the monastery. So I think nobody want to go for an extra hike. Let's go to Namche. So today is a day for the Namche. It's it is a beautiful walk. It's also going to be a little bit longer walk. So today we're going to walk nearly 6-7 hours, and Namche is in an elevation of 3,440 meters. So if you see, it's a little bit more than 800 meters. So in the beginning of the walk, like it's going to be like more gradual, the first part of the walk. The second part, like after lunch, it's going to be step up all the way up to the Namche. So let me show you over here. Mm. So this is our morning. Again, we are lucky with the weather. So beautiful morning in Phagding, and we're going to like walk today. Also, we're going to walk through lots of beautiful villages. We're going to cross the river like through the suspension bridge. Uh, and we stop in Manjo. We can also have a tea break over here. And this is the official entry place to the Everest National Park. For Everest, we have in Nepali we call it Sagarmatha. So Sagarmatha, you could also see it here, Sagarmatha. That means peak of the heaven. And the local people, the Sherpa people in this region, they call her Chomoloma. That means a mother goddess of earth, mother mother goddess of earth. And this is the place, like this is the official place. We check the permit like before we go further on, and then we walk a little bit further on, and then we reach to Jorshale. This is our lunch place. So every day, like on a trek, there will be places like Jorshale for the lunch. So this is a lovely place just nearby the riverside. We stop here, we have some food over here. And this is the last village actually, like to reaching until Namche. So Namche is somewhere here. So this is the last village. So we also make sure like you got like enough water, some food, some like some energy, and then we start from here. And from this place, it's going to be bit harder to climb up. So now we reach at Hillary Bridge, and it is one of the most beautiful, thrilling suspension bridge in this region because of this height. So it is nearly like 125 meters tall from the river, and from this place, the valley looks really nice. The river valley looks really nice, and it is also really popular stuff to make the selfies. And just after crossing this bridge, uh, we begin to step up all the way up to the Namche with a lots of break, which will take like nearly 2.5 hours, 3 hours, depends. And then just nearby the Namche, there will be a checkpoint to just to make sure that everyone has a permit, and then we reach to the Namche. And once you're in Namche, it will surprise you. It's a beautiful village, and it's a really great place to like stay for a acclimatization. It's a beautiful place to have a rest day. Again, one more time with the lots of like the access like services. So again, one more time, there are lots of stores. You can buy some snack here. Also like some ATMs. And this is also a place like where you can get like more prepared for the base camp. And Namche is also known as a like gateway to Everest region. From this place, like until here, from Lukla to here, this is a one way. But from Namche, it will open the different trekking trails to go towards base camp. And Namche is a bazaar, like from the ancient time. It is a trading hub. So it's still like Saturday morning, the local they organize the market here for the Sherpa people, and this is the place where we're going to have a extra night for the acclimatization. And next morning, we are again lucky with the weather. Look at this. This is the view from the tea house. So again, it's a beautiful morning, a little bit cloudy, and this is the day we're also going to see the first view of Everest from this place. This is the National Park Museum ground. It's a really beautiful place actually. So let me show you. See, a little bit cloudy. So the Everest is over here. So C is over here. This is Lhotse. This is another one of the 8,000er. It's the fourth highest peak in the world. And you're also going to see the Amadablam, and here's the legendary man Tenzing Norgay Sherpa. So you're just going to get Everest, Tenzing, and it's a beautiful stop to have a group photo together. Let me show you another photo. So this is like again one more time. This is Everest, Lhotse over here. This is Nupse, Tangbuche, and this is Amadablam. And it's Amadablam considered as one of the beautiful mountain in Everest region because of its shape. But this place, it's a really nice place, which gives you an idea that you are really deep inside the Himalayas. So you get like 360-degree of view. Like you just have to look around. It's so amazing. And this place also have a small museum. So we're going to visit that, and it gives you an idea about a little bit more about the Sherpa culture, also about the wildlife, something about like mountaineering history. So we do that also, and after that we started to going for the acclimatization hike. So we're walking towards Sangboche. So it is another airstrip. Actually, this is another airport which is an elevation of 3,800 meters. So this airport is still on use, so to bring the cargoes. And during the peak season, I mean like during the climbing season, which is April and May, also like the western climbers, they fly to Lukla, and they fly from Lukla to here on a helicopter, and then they walk down to Namche for the acclimatization. So they just landed here and then they walk down. And if you go further up, like you get a really nice view of Namche Bazaar, like the aerial view of Namche Bazaar. And if you go more further up, it's a beautiful place again. There's a tea shop also, so we can stop here for some tea. We can have some tea over here. Really beautiful place. And again, one more time, you're going to see the Everest in the middle. So if you start from here, this is Cholatse, Tangbuche. Here it's Nupche, Everest, Lhotse, and here you're going to see the Amatablam again. It's a really nice place. So we take a little bit rest here, some tea, and then we walk down to Namche. So here we are back in Namche. So now you can have a free time. So this is the free time. So so just check one more time that you got enough gears to go to the base camp. Now you know the temperature, how it feels like. Now you know the price. Staying with the menu, just also check the cash that you have enough or not, because this is the last place where you can get the where you can exchange or use the ATM. And When you find you are good to go, still you need to go to the market. I mean, like it's a beautiful town. Just explore, just walking around. You can find some really nice books to read on a trial, and there are also some bakeries, also some like coffee places, bars where they show the documentary about over Everest. Like, and I think like now you are here, your feelings will be much stronger when you see it. So I think it will be nice. Easy afternoon. I'm going to see you in the meet you in the dinner. And again, it is one of my favorite day of walking. We're going towards Tangbuche. So Tangbuche is in an elevation of uh, 3,800 again, and it's a beautiful monastery place. And even the walk towards Tangbuche is really nice. It's not going to be like the beginning of the walk is not going to be uphill. It is more like gradual, and all the time you're going to face towards Everest. And once you reach to Kangjuma, and then slowly we started to walk down to the river, cross the river. We have some lunch, and then we hike back to Tangbuche. It's a beautiful day of walking. Usually it takes 5-6 hours of walking to reach there, and this is the view from the walk. It's more gradual, more level, and really nice way going up to the Tangbuche. And like as I told you, the Namche is marketplace, so lots of like the like the general porters, they bring the supplies. They bring the supplies all the way up to the base camp. So these porters and also yak, they bring the supplies to the base camp, and you see like this small tiny hut. So from few years, like the Kumbu management team, they started to collect the rubbish. So so this is the rubbish bin actually. So you can put the rubbish over here, and after like when the season is over, the management team they collect the rubbish, bring back to the Lukla, and back to the Kathmandu. So by the end of the day, we reached to the Tangbuche. So with the sunset view at the Everest again, Ahmedabad over here, and this is a really magical place. I really like it. I really like this place. Like it has a really great combination of nature and also the culture. So this is Tangboche Monastery, and this is the place where all these like Everest, like Sherpa climbers, all these Sherpa climbers before they go to the summit. This is the place where they go and bow down. Like they worship here, they do the puja, and then they started to go to the base camp for the successful summit. This place is really magical. I really, like love to spend the time over here. Especially the mornings are really beautiful. Just look at the view. All season it looks really nice, really perfect. And this is one of my favorite place. So usually like when the monastery place is busy, I just walk a little bit further on, and it's so quiet. Still, you're going to see a beautiful view. I really like it. And here we are in tea house, and it's also like really lovely tea house from where you can see the Everest again, in the breakfast, and also like your rooms. From the rooms also you're going to see the sunrise over here. So it is one of the beautiful place to stay overnight. And from here we're going to Dingboche. So Dingboche is in an elevation of 4,410 meter. So it's in Chukung Valley. It's a beautiful village again, and this is the place where we're going to have 2 nights. So for today also, in the beginning we started to walk down to the river again towards Dingboche, towards Diboche, and then slowly we started to hike up towards Pangboche. It's a quite long day, so we stop here in Pangboche for the tea break. And here you see the Ahmedabad looks really nice, and you see like the local peoples, like they're bringing the food for their cattles, and the view is really nice over here. And so slowly again we started to hike up towards Somare. So now we are in Somare, and we just finished the lunch and we started to hike up. And you see the difference over here. Like Somare is in elevation of 4,040 meters. So in Nepal, like the tree lines are until 4,000 meters. Just to, like you just see from, like just a little bit further on, the it just changed. Like until there are like tree lines and everything. So just moving from there, it will be like more bushes, and you also feel on altitude. Like from this place, you find like it's not going like very steep up, gradual up, but it's still you find like the air is thin. Like you do have like a little bit like short breath. By the evening, again we reach to the Dingboche, and it is a place like where we stay for 2 nights. It's a little bit smaller place than Namche, with the less facilities also, but still a great place to stay for 2 nights. And next morning again we go for acclimatization hike, and we don't reach until the top of the hill. We just walk like 400-500 meters until the hilltop, and it is a beautiful place to see again like 360-degree of view. From this place we don't see Everest anymore because of its structure, but we're going to see a fourth and fifth highest mountain in the world. So we're going to see a Lhotse, and also going to see a Makalu. So these are like fourth and fifth highest peak. And again, we're going to see like the different view of Amadablam, Tabuche, Cholache, and Kangtega, Thamshego, lots of different beautiful mountains from this place. So what we do, it's a good day, it's a great weather, so we can have some tea. So we bring the tea all the way from tea house, and we have some picnic over here. So the walk is not that really long. It's just like 2 hours of walk from the tea house. It's just until here, and uh, but it's a beautiful place. And sometimes maybe you also are wondering, okay, there's nothing much to do in Tangbuche. Maybe we can go further on. And these are the question like usually like we also get it like when it's a smaller group, and then say, oh, okay, maybe let's go for the go to Labuche. But the thing is that like when you say acclimatization is a process. So it is a process like like I know that you are ready, your mind is ready to go further, and because in Dingboche there is nothing much to do, and I have already seen, so let's go further on. But the thing is like your body needs the time. So like your individual organism, it needs to adjust with the environment, such as like temperature, altitude, humidity. So that's the reason that we do the acclimatization. And that means like even if you are doing nothing, if you are staying in one place, your body will adapt that, and then it helps much better to go further on. And that happens also with us. So we're going further on towards Labuche. So the walk today is also like quite easy. It's nearly 5 hours of walking. The first 2 hours is going to be more gradual, and then here, this is like the glacier, and over here it's a river. So we cross the river of the Khumbu Glacier, and in Dukla, this is our lunch place. So we stop here for the lunch, and we slowly started to hike up towards the Everest Memorial. It's a really lovely place. It's a really nice place, but it's also quite sad place because this is the place. Uh, like this is the place. This is the actually a memorial. Like all those Sherpas and like the Western climbers who died on the mountains, not only in Everest. Their family and friends, they make the memory over here. It's a really like peaceful and really nice place. But at the same time, it's quite sad when you walk through this memorial, when you read the stories. It's quite sad and emotional too. So we spent some time here walking through this memorial. The view is still nice. And in the evening, we walk to Labuche. So Labuche is in elevation of 4,910 meter. So it's like when you are reaching over here, you you feel like the altitude, and then like a little bit short breath. There might be some slightly headache also, but nothing to worry. Like we always check the oxygen saturation. We just make sure like the everyone is doing good or not. We just check all the time. So from Labuche, we go to Everest Base Camp. So it's a quite long day, also a very big day, because that is the like the place where everyone is dreaming for. So for a big day, we start quite earlier. So from Labuche, it takes nearly 3-4 hours of walk. So maybe we can see through here. Uh, so we walk. So the first part of the walk is quite nice. It's not that bad. And then we reach to the glacier part. So this is a dry glacier. So the walk can be a little bit difficult, like because of the loose rock, and sometimes it's also very hard to find the trail in this place. So after passing this, the view is still nice, like you see all the beautiful mountains, including Everest. And then we reach to Gorakchep. So we reach Gorakchep quite early also. So once you're there, we just make sure that everyone is doing good. So we just see like how everyone is doing. We take a little bit rest. We have a lunch, and then we started to walk towards Everest Base Camp. So the walk towards base camp is, like you are walking over the 5,000 meters. It's not a really long walk. It's nearly 2.5 hours to reach until there. But every minute, like how it passed. So because the air is very thin, and they are like little up and down. So it's really nice. And like there's always a feelings. Okay. Am I going to make it? Am I not going to make it? Like those kind of feelings. And once you see the base camp, so you see the base camp. So during the season time, actually, like during May, April and May, this is the peak season. This is the climbing season. So the base camp will be a tent city. So there you'll see a lot of like the tents and lots of people over there. But rest of the year, it is just for the trekkers. So you'll see some prayer flags over there. Like some rocks and few trackers over there. So only like April and May, it's quite high, and lots of the climbers will be there. So somehow, and we reached to the base camp. So this is the base camp. So getting over here is like, it is not the, like not only about the base camp. I think it is the whole journey and whole effort that you put to get it over here. So it takes like 8 days of walking, and you're like conscious like what you're eating, are you drinking enough or not, are you sleeping properly or not, and then finally you reach over here. And until coming over here, like there also you see like see the straight line between like thoughts and reality, like which is very different. And it's quite emotional place. Like once you are arriving over here, it is normal that you feel like overwhelmed. And it's a beautiful place. Like we give you some time to walk around, and then definitely like we do some group photo together that we all made it. Like it's a huge achievement as a group to reach until over here, and it is not easy all the time. It's really not easy all the time. And today, like we reach everyone we make to the base camp. So congratulations everyone, and then say goodbye to a base camp, and then we can walk down. So you just make the halfway of this trip. So like coming up over here, it takes 8 days, and getting down to Lukla will take another 4 days of walking. So as I told you, like the base camp is in the middle of Khumbu Glacier. So from here, maybe we can see a bit now. So from here the ice fall start, which is the like the hardest or the riskiest part of Everest climbing. So you can see maybe, yeah, and there's the ease. So we reached until the base camp, and it is more like a place like where the trekkers will turn around and the climbers will start to climb over the Everest. So we come back to the Gorakchep, and next morning we have another optional hike actually. So going towards Kalapatha, because from the base camp, it's not really clear. Like from the way to the base camp, you see some view of Everest, but from base camp, because of its structure, you don't see that much. So the Kalapatha hike will be always nice to do. to see the Everest, the sunrise on the Everest. So you can also reach to the top, which is in an elevation of 5,545. So it can be quite, like quite hard, like quite challenging in the morning, early in the morning. But if you want to see the like your view of Everest, then like if you walk towards Kalapathar, like just like let's say like 20 like half an hour towards Kalapathar, then still you're going to see a really great view. From the top, of course, like when you go higher, the view will be much nicer. So you're going to see all this panoramic view. But even from just towards the Kalapathar, you're going to see a really nice view. So, and then again, like you do have some group photo because sees at here, like the Everest is in your back. You made the base camp. You walk towards the Kalapathar, and you all made it. And the great thing is like you are started to walking down, so everyone will get very happy when they make the base camp and walking downhill. So so the first day of walking downhill, we go to Feriche, which is an elevation of 4,200 meters, all the way down nearby the Dingboche. The view is still nice, and the great thing is like once you are over the 5,000 meters, when you are coming down, the air will be already saturated for you, so you get the energy from the air. You just feel happy, like you're just running down. So the first night we stay in Feriche, which is also really nice. It's the valley of Fairy Tale. Actually, it's a really nice place, really quiet and beautiful. The second day of downhill, actually it's quite long day. Again, it's going to be like 7-8 hours of walking, coming back until Kangjuma. But a beautiful day, like we again passing through Tangbuche, beautiful. Like again, we come back to the vegetation in like the tree lines and the tea house where we're going to stay. It's going to offer you a really really beautiful view, really nice view of the Everest and Amadablam, Lhotse, and all this beautiful peak. Uh, it's really nice. Like from here, this is our tea house, and in the morning, so the tomorrow is going to be a short day of walk, so we're just a little bit lazy, having some breakfast with this magical view. And then slowly we started to move down. We started to walk down towards Chumwa. So still like we have really nice view, and this is the last view of Everest. So here again, like one more time, you are nearby Namche, so you're going to see Everest, you're going to see Lhotse again, Amadablam, Tabuche, Cholache, and you say goodbye. And then you started to walk down to Namche and Manjo. This is a quite short day of walking. It's like nearly 4 hours of walking, and you come back to uh, 2,800. So the Kangjoa was in 3,600 meter, and in Chumua it will be uh, 2,800 again. So you reached quite earlier, so we are planning to play some volleyball, and like the sports, it always brings people together. So it's very nice to play with our boys, our porters. They are very good players. So we are like they. I think like this evening they're going to win, and we need to buy some drinks for them. And these are like the typical evening in the tea house. So where there'll be like a heaters in the middle. So like when you finish the day, just sit around and like some talk about the day before, and it's just a nice like cozy and beautiful environment in the evening. And next day, it's the last day of trekking. So we're going back to Lukla, which again going to take like 4 hours, 5 hours of walking. And Lukla is also in an elevation of 2,860. So it's pretty similar height, but getting over there, we need to walk through like lots of up and down, which we call it like Nepali flat. So we take the Nepali flat to reach until Lukla, and it's a beautiful like see. So we played the volleyball yesterday, so now they became friends. So like when you're here, like you don't need a language to speak. So he just doesn't need to speak, but still like you can be a very good friend. So they're just checking like how it feels like becoming a porter. And actually he did pretty good. Like he carried for a few hours. So coming back is also not bad. Like every time when you turn around, it's a beautiful, like view, looking back to the mountains, and you learn some culture. Like like it's quite emotional day also, like because it's the last day. Coming back, and then here you arrived at Lukla, and this is the day that you going to say goodbye to your porters, to your assistant guide, and they were the people like who help you get into the base camp. So it's also like this evening is quite emotional. Everyone wants to invite them for some dinner, some drinks together, and of course they're going to get some tipping for their hard work. And uh, and of course like the last photo together, and all the promises that we're going to see each other. And next morning we are walking to airport. So this is the probably one airport where you need to walk. You don't get the taxis over here. So we walk to the airport, and look at the airport. It's quite busy because it's already like 14 days. It's already over, and it's now October season. And October is quite a busy season for us. So there are like lots of flights are here with lots of like the trekkers. But lucky we're going back to Kathmandu, and today also again one more time our flight is on time. So we'll be in Kathmandu quite early. So you've got like entire day in Kathmandu. Still there are like lots of beautiful cities around. So you can go for a walk to Patan, which is really beautiful city. There is a medieval palace, and you can also walk to Bhaktapur. But if you're thinking like not doing much, I really love this place. It's called Soyambunath, but among the travelers, it is quite popular as a monkey temple. And this is a great place to say goodbye to Kathmandu. So from where you're going to see entire Kathmandu Valley, you're also going to see a hills around, and it's a great place. And in the evening, we all go for the last dinner. So bit bigger, bit bigger dal bhat with a glass of wine. And like just 2 weeks ago you don't know each other, and slowly you build up the friendship, and you all met to the base camp, and suddenly like you finish the trek and it's time to say goodbye. So this evening is also like the last evening is also a bit emotional with everyone again. We know like we say like every ending is a new beginning. So this will be the beginning of friendship with Nepal, with me. So all the promises, all the hugs, and then this is how we end up the Everest trek. So I hope you all enjoy the trip with me. And if there is any question, I'll be happy to answer all your questions.
Amazing job, Suman. I am constantly impressed by these virtual tours and seeing these experiences come to life. Um, so amazing. The amount of detail you shared, the photos, incredible. We did have quite a few questions come through the chat box. We are running out of time, but I want to make sure that we do answer a couple of them. So the first one's from Stacy, and she asks, what time of year do you recommend going?
It's possible to do all year round. Um, it's just like during monsoon season, so which will be like June, July. So in this time of year, the flights are not regular because the Lukla flight always depends on the weather. So the flights are not regular. So you need to have some extra days when you are coming back. But rest of the year it's fine, and you can trek all year round over there.
Perfect. And then we'll do one more question, which I think a lot of people are wondering is, what do people need to do to prepare themselves physically for this trek?
Sorry, I don't got you.
Um, what do people need to do to prepare themselves physically for this trek?
Uh, so the idea is, like it's nice, like even in a home, if you like before 2 3 weeks earlier, if you started to walk, warm up, then it just makes easier. But that doesn't mean like you need to be very fit for the trek, because our itinerary is on that way. Like you do have a proper timing to walk. So we go like 5 6 hours of walking every day. So I found like everyone can do it, do this trek.
Awesome. Well, I love to hear that. That makes
Yeah.
the dreams a reality for people who are wondering if they're able to do this. If you put your mind to it, I think it's more of a mental challenge more than anything. So,
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, you need to prepare like mentally, like that's the main thing. Like if you are prepared from here, the physics is not that big thing. You can still make it, and we will be there to, like to support that you all make it.
and you'll be cheering everyone on.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for taking the time to connect with us and join Gadventures for our continuous series of live virtual small group tours. I know Suman gave us a taste of Wonderlust of what we needed during this time, and we'll all be looking forward to booking those flights once we can. But for now, we'll stay home and stay connected. And also, thank you so much, Crystal, for taking the time to join us as well and share the updates on how Planetary is staying active with the trekking challenge. It's so incredible to see this happening and aligning perfectly with this tour. And everyone, if you enjoyed your virtual adventure to Everest Base Camp, we'd love if you considered donating to our Planetary Trek Challenge, our nonprofit organization currently running the fundraiser that challenges participants to walk 85,000 steps it takes to reach Everest Base Camp. Its goal is to raise money to help rebuild community tourism around the world following the devastating impact of COVID-19. I shared the link in the chat box. You'll also be receiving an email after this tour. And everyone, please keep an eye out for virtual tours hosted by more CEOs from all over the world. When you're ready to travel again, we're here to support you. Your safety, as well as the safety of our employees and our partners, has always been top priority, which is why the new physical distancing and cleaning measures have been put into place on all of our tours. Our new Travel with Confidence policy features new health and safety procedures from the moment you arrive to the moment you leave without taking away from having the time of your life. The policy will evolve as it goes on and as we continue to monitor local public health recommendations. But what we won't change is our commitment to keeping you safe as you explore our big, beautiful world. And until then, stay connected. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much. Thank you.